Hello, I'm John from Robert White Photographic, and in today's small video I'd like to show you the key features of Zeiss ZF.2 and ZE lenses. ZF.2 for Nikon and ZE for Canon Eos. We'll start with the Canon Eos. In this case I've got a 5D Mark II fitted with a 24-105 zoom lens. If I take the lens off, like that for a moment, put the body out the way, and bring in a Zeiss lens. This particular one is a 51.4 ZE planar. If I take the cap off, the mounts are the same. This will fit to an Eos body without any problems at all. You'll see that the Zeiss lens, like the Eos, has electronic contacts here. This will mean that the lens will work with the metering exposure modes of the camera body. If I move the lens out the way and fit this to the Eos, again there's a red dot just like with the Eos lenses. That slots into place and a lovely firm click. And as you can see, this particular lens is lovely, a really compact, small little standard lens, perfect for the 5D, lovely and fast at 1.4. As with the Eos bodies, as with the Eos lenses rather, there's no aperture ring on the lens itself. It's all selected through the dials on the camera body. It is manual focus, there's no autofocus options or autofocus versions available, but a lovely silky smooth focus and a lovely depth of field scale. Something that's often missed nowadays on autofocus lenses, a really lovely crucial tool. This is obviously a 50mm standard, it's much more exaggerated on a wide. Our biggest seller is the 21 ZE, funnily enough used with a 5D. A lot of our landscape photographers really go for that, and the depth of field scale is extremely useful, very accurate. Moving on, I'll show you the Nikon. I'll grab the lens first. The first lenses we had through were designated ZF. This is the ZF.2. The main difference is that the ZF did not have the electronic connections. Again, this is just the same connections as you'll have in a Nikon lens, AFD, AFS. It will work with all the metering modes and exposure modes of the camera itself. The ZF versions had a little set of bunny ears. Nikon users of old would have been familiar with these with their old F bodies, and you would have the mechanical aperture ring you just set through here. And with the ZF lens, you had to select in the camera body's menu which lens and aperture combination you're using. This would then let the camera know the lens and give you aperture priority. You no longer need to do that with a ZF.2, which this is. In the case of ZF.2, the aperture ring clicks and locks in at f16. Got a little button here you can depress. Now if you're a video user, then of course you can use this mechanically by just pressing that button in. We have a number of people using this lens, or many of the ZF.2 lenses, with an adapter ring. We sell one by Rayquel, which will convert the mount to fit on a Canon Eos body, so you get the advantage of a manual click stop aperture ring but on an Eos fit camera rather than using the dial on the body itself. Like with the Zeiss ZE lenses, optically they're identical. There is no difference. A Nikon lens will not be sharper than the Canon version. They will take the same quality of picture. Lovely smooth focus. This particular lens is the absolutely stunning 85-1.4 planar. An absolutely superb portrait lens. T-star coated like the entire range. Lovely silky smooth focus. Again, the depth of field scale is there on all these lenses. One thing I haven't got here today, but is included with every single lens, is a lens hood. Bayonets onto this lovely front bayonet here, nice and solid. Filters go on the inside, absolutely superb. All metal construction, lovely and strong. Now, showing that going on the Nikon body, if I put that cap down there, I've got in the superb D3X here. This is the 51.4 AFS-G by Nikon. And take that off there a moment. Showing you that quickly, as you can see, the contacts aren't necessarily identical because obviously they've got a few more here for the AFS motors, etc. But metering patterns again will work. You also do not need, just like with these lenses, to tell the camera body which lens you're using. So let's put this around so the camera can see. And again, you just line up the lens. Lovely, solid click, goes onto the camera body. This particular lens on the D3X just looks a business. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can just turn it on. I've got it in aperture priority at the moment, and I'll select it through the wheel. One thing that we do get asked a great deal is that, can I use the mechanical aperture ring on this lens with these bodies? The key requirement for the ZF.2 to work with the aperture priority is just like when you had AFD lenses. You have to put the wheel, in this case to f16. If you can see the top plate here, you'll see displayed FEE. It can't recognise that there's a lens on there. As soon as I bring this round and clip in, press the shutter button again. Oh, I've actually taken a picture. You'll see I'm on f6.3. So that has to be set. But that means you can use it just like any of the other Nikkor lenses, just again focusing it manually. The Zeiss lenses themselves will cover full frame. I've got 2 full frame bodies here today, but if you are a DX user or an EFS system user in Canon terms, then you have no problem. They will work. There's no limitations there at all. Obviously you have to bear in mind the crop factors, the DX crop for example of 1.5 or the Canon crop of 1.6, that will affect your focal length, but there is no reason why you can't use one of these lenses instead of a Canon EF own lens on your camera body. There's no issues whatsoever, no calibration problems. They just work brilliantly. I hope you found this video useful today. As you can see, we are extremely enthusiastic about the lenses. We think they're a great addition to the camera range. Whether your thing is stills or video, they will work brilliantly for you and you'll have some superb images. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you found it useful and answered a few of your questions that you may have. If for more information you can visit our website, which is robertwhite.co.uk. Or you can always drop us an email to sales@robertwhite.co.uk. We're happy to take any inquiry you may have. Thank you ever so much. Goodbye.